Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that even your victories feel hollow, like you're running a race with no finish line? That was Julian. He was the CEO of a fast-growing tech startup, a man who seemed to have it all. His name was in business magazines, his company was the talk of the town, and he lived in a penthouse with a view that could take your breath away. But Julian was suffocating. His day started before the sun was up, with a buzz from his phone announcing a flood of emails from his international team. He'd chug a coffee, skip breakfast, and dive headfirst into a whirlwind of back-to-back meetings, investor calls, and strategic decisions. Lunch was a sandwich eaten over his keyboard, and dinner was often a late-night delivery while he was still crunching numbers. He told himself this was the price of success. This was what it took to build an empire. He wore his exhaustion like a badge of honor. His team saw him as a machine, a visionary who never switched off. His friends saw a ghost, a person who always canceled plans, with a "sorry, swamped at work" text. His family just missed him. Julian told himself it was temporary. Once the company hits the next milestone, once they secure the next round of funding, once the next product launches, then he would rest. But the finish line kept moving. The first crack appeared on a Tuesday. During a high-stakes presentation to potential investors, Julian's mind went completely blank. The numbers on the screen blurred, the words caught in his throat. He felt a wave of dizziness wash over him. His trusted VP, Sarah, had to step in and save the presentation. Julian dismissed it as a one-off, blaming it on a bad night's sleep. But the cracks started to spread. He became irritable, snapping at his team for minor mistakes. He found it harder and harder to focus, feeling a constant, low-level hum of anxiety in his chest. The joy he once found in his work was gone, replaced by a relentless pressure. He was living on caffeine and adrenaline, and his body was starting to protest. He had chronic headaches, his digestion was a mess, and he couldn't remember the last time he had a truly restful night's sleep. The breaking point came not in the boardroom, but in a quiet park on a Sunday afternoon. He was supposed to be at his nephew's birthday party. Instead, he was on his phone, furiously typing a response to an urgent email. When he finally looked up, he saw his nephew trying to get his attention, holding up a drawing. Julian waved him away dismissively. "Not now, buddy. Uncle Julian's busy." The look of disappointment on the little boy's face hit him harder than any failed business deal. In that moment, he saw himself clearly, a man so busy building a legacy that he was destroying his life. That evening, he called Sarah, not to talk about work, but to confess. "I can't do this anymore," he said, his voice cracking. "I'm running on empty." Sarah, who had watched her friend and boss slowly burn out, listened patiently. She didn't offer business advice. Instead, she told him a story about a master wood carver who would spend half his time sharpening his axe. "The work gets done faster and better when the tool is sharp, Julian," she said gently. "You are the tool." That conversation was the beginning of Julian's journey to learn the art of rest. It felt completely foreign to him. The first step was the hardest. He took a week off. No phone, no email, no work. He felt a phantom limb syndrome for his phone. The urge to check his inbox was a constant itch. He was restless, anxious, and felt guilty. What if the company fell apart without him? He spent the first few days just walking, with no destination in mind. He walked through forests, along beaches, and through quiet city streets. He started to notice things he hadn't seen in years. The way the light filtered through the leaves, the sound of waves crashing on the shore, the taste of a simple meal eaten without distraction. He started sleeping, really sleeping, for 8 hours a night. He read books for pleasure, not for professional development. Slowly, the noise in his head began to quiet down. The constant hum of anxiety was replaced by a gentle stillness. He realized that his identity had become completely entangled with his company. Without the title of CEO, he wasn't sure who he was. This forced introspection was painful but necessary. He wasn't just Julian, the CEO. He was Julian, a son, an uncle, a friend, a person who loved hiking and bad sci-fi movies. When he returned to work, everyone expected the old Julian to come roaring back. Instead, a new Julian walked in. He was calmer, more present. He started his day not with emails, but with 20 minutes of quiet meditation. He scheduled thinking time into his calendar, blocks of time with no meetings where he could simply reflect. He started taking a full hour for lunch, away from his desk. Most importantly, he started leaving the office at 6 p.m. His team was initially confused. Was he less committed? But they soon realized the opposite was true. The new, rested Julian was a better leader. His decisions were more thoughtful, his creativity was sharper, and his feedback was more constructive. He listened more. He empowered his team, trusting them to handle things without his constant oversight. Sarah, his VP, stepped up and flourished with her new responsibilities. The company didn't just survive without his 24/7 hustle. It started to thrive in a healthier way. The culture began to shift from one of burnout to one of sustainable performance. Julian learned that rest wasn't the opposite of work. It was a vital part of it. It wasn't a sign of weakness, but a strategy for long-term strength. Hustle culture had sold him a lie, that self-sacrifice was the only path to success. He discovered that true success wasn't just about building a great company, but about building a great life. He reconnected with his family and friends. He made it to his nephew's next birthday party, and this time his phone stayed in his pocket. Julian's story isn't about quitting or giving up ambition. It's about redefining it. It's about understanding that you are your most important asset, and that asset needs care and maintenance. Burning out isn't a rite of passage. It's a dead end. We live in a world that glorifies being busy, but Julian's journey reminds us of a simple, powerful truth. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest. You don't have to wait for a breaking point to make a change. You can start today. Take a walk, put your phone away for an hour, get a good night's sleep. Sharpen your axe. Your future self will thank you for it. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that helps you build not just a better career, but a better life. See you in the next one.